ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Snickers Cruncher. Hungry? Crunch this.
Welcome back to Raleigh, North Carolina. We're getting ready for 9th-ranked Virginia against North Carolina State from the ESA. Good evening, everybody. Mike Patrick, Brad Doherty. It's great to have you with us. Clearly, these are two programs going in opposite directions. Virginia is on a roll. North Carolina State is not.
You're right, Mike. Virginia's an excellent basketball club. Had one little lull about 7 games ago, but they picked it back up. An evenly sized team. Everybody does something well. Very aggressive basketball team. North Carolina State, on the other hand, got to take care of the basketball. You're going to hear us say that all night, but it's been an Achilles heel. This is not a bad team, even though their record doesn't show they're a good team. They can win some of these close ball games, and tonight would be a good start for them.
And surely time is running out for them. Let's take a look at the Suzuki starting lineups first for Pete Gillen's Virginia Cavaliers. Hand, Mason, Williams, Hall, and Watson.
Mason is an excellent player. You see, he averages almost 15 points a game. Really gets to the front of the goal. Watson, big, strong kid down low, bangs the backboard, rebounds, runs the floor.
For North Carolina State under Herb Sendek, Grundy, and Guidry in the backcourt, Wilkins, Inge, and Kelly.
Damien Wilkins, explosive young player. Only a sophomore. We're expecting him to pick up the pace he ended with last year. A lot of ability. Like to see him get more shots, get to the front of that goal.
Got Ron Kelly in there hoping for some more offense from the center spot. And Guidry trying to give them some more production out of the backcourt. Started the last game after playing well coming off the bench the time before that. Watson against Inge, and Hand controls for the Cavaliers.
Hand's done an excellent job of metamorphosizing his game. Used to be nothing but a shooter and a scorer. Now he's become a distributor of the basketball and really runs this offense well.
He's second in the ACC in assists. And he'll try a 3 and got it. Virginia opens the scoring.
As soon as we talk about his passing ability, he knocks down 3.
Well, he's not going to ignore a shot. If you leave him alone, he'll bury it. Although he's shooting right now under 30% from long range this year. I think that's part of the transition.
Yeah, really so. Really an opportunistic scorer. Looks for his opportunities, but really involves other people.
Wilkins working outside, being guarded by Hall, who's extremely athletic and has tremendous hops.
I saw him jump out of the gym a couple of weeks ago against Maryland.
Didn't we ever? Grundy with a runner, got the roll.
What North Carolina State has to accomplish on their offensive end is a little easier shot selection. They have a tendency to catch the ball, pass the ball, and stand. No one moves. They got to move offensively.
Good hustle on defense by Wilkins. He gets it to Guidry.
Great opportunity to come down, take advantage of the transition. Somebody's got to be open because they have numbers. Those turnovers we talked about.
They just hand it right back, and here come the Cavaliers on the run. Look at Hall.
That pass was for Watson. But Hall just jumps out of the gym. He went and collected that basketball and finished the shot.
6'5" Adam Hall just skies above everybody. And there is Kelly, and Hall comes from the weak side and knocked the ball loose.
I really think Ron Kelly has a lot of ability. They got to take advantage of his size. I want you to watch his pass. Now Hall's trailing the play. The pass is for the big center, Watson. There comes Hall into the picture.
Guidry, a freshman out of Baton Rouge, Louisiana, will inbound to Grundy.
Let's watch this. Let's see how easy a shot they can get.
The last 9 games, they have turned it over 7 more times than they've had assists, and that's why they have struggled mightily.
Yeah, they struggled. If you look at all 20 of their games, in 14 of their 20 games, their assist-turnover ratio has been very poor.
Guidry with a runner. It was a brick, but put back by Kelly. Ron Kelly's got the bad wheels, and they would just love to get some more minutes from him because he can score.
He really can. He's an excellent post-up player. They'd love to be able to take advantage of his post move, but like I say, he's got the bad knees, a little sore.
And baseline. Hall will try a 3. And the rebound to Kenny in.
This young man handling the basketball right here, Anthony Grundy, is one of the most talented players in the ACC easily. Just hasn't been able to get the easy shots he needs to separate himself from the rest of the players.
Another turnover, and then Virginia has it knocked out of bounds and returned the favor.
Great hustle, great no call. Let the play finish itself.
Herb Sendek under a lot of fire here. And there's Pete Gillen, his program headed upward. Inbound to Inge, and he's fouled on the pass. Watson trying to prevent the easy bucket, commits the personal foul.
Trying to take advantage of Kenny Inge's great leaping ability. Watson goes up and meets him at the ball. I don't think that was a foul. I think that was probably a good jump ball.
Call goes against the Cavaliers. Non-shooting foul. Here comes the inbound. Guidry missed the layup under pressure.
Going back to Herb Sendek, I think we need to be fair to Coach Sendek. He's had a lot of injuries to deal with, and this is still a relatively young basketball team.
The program in the last 7 or 8 years has had more injuries than any I have ever seen. There's a 3-second violation against Virginia. He had his roster together 2 days this year. January 4th and 5th, they practiced everybody. And there's the guy he misses the most, Archie Miller, the tremendous long-range shooter.
He really would make a difference in this offense. You can see the statistics there without Miller. It's incredible. He opens up everything and gives the guys Wilkins. He makes Anthony Grundy a better player because he opens up the lane, makes everyone honest. Can't help.
Makes all of them a better player. Guidry having a tough time getting across midcourt, and there's a reach in by Hall. Foul on Adam Hall is his first. And there's nothing you can do about the injuries.
Not at all. And Coach Sendek says that, and he makes no excuses. This team they got to perform no matter what, but we got to be fair to him. They've lost some crucial basketball games the past couple of weeks, but they've been right in them, and they're just shorthanded. Give the man the credit. He's a good coach, and he motivates these guys to come and play hard.
Right.
There's only so much you can do with somebody.
Crawford and Thornton check in for North Carolina State. Miller will have a chance to play maybe next week. They keep hoping. The longer he rests, the better it's going to be. It's a stress fracture in his leg. And Donald Hand will be called for a hold. That's his first, the team's third.
It should be a good ball game size-wise. They're pretty equal, except that Kelly and Inge are on the floor at the same time.
Wilkins, who has played well since the ACC season began, his last 6 games, 14 points, almost 7 rebounds a game.
Their offense, no one's open, no one's moving. I don't think that's the shot you're really looking for.
Inge off balance, a lot of one-on-one action, and that's what we've seen all year from North Carolina State. And had it knocked away by Crawford. Nice defense. And the Cavaliers turn it over again. That's 4 for Virginia.
Virginia wants to gather the basketball and just attack you. They want to push it down your throat, so that's their style. Right now, it's going against them. They've got some unfortunate breaks and turnovers, but that's what they want to do, and they'll do it all game long.
North Carolina State is used to being behind in that category. Right now, they're ahead by 2 in the turnover department and down by 1 on the scoreboard. Guidry, good head fake to get free, and he buried it.
What a nice looking shot for Trey Guidry. Good looking young player. They got to get back in that defense, I guarantee you that.
Watson underneath, blocked by Thornton and fouled by Thornton.
They're going to have to get back defensively against this Virginia basketball team. Really look to score in transition. That's where they want to get most of their baskets. They're not interested in setting up half-court offense.
If you loaf at all, somebody is back for the layup.
That's right. We saw that against Maryland last week. They just ran it down their throats and didn't give them an opportunity to set up defensively.
Watson just shy of 10 boards a game, number 1 in the ACC. And he said the other day he still chuckles when they introduce him as a center. Travis Watson is only 6'8".
If that.
Yeah, and 254 pounds.
Just plays with his lower body so well. He's so big and strong. Takes advantage of his lower body.
You want to find somebody that won't back down from anybody? Try Travis Watson. It's 7-6 Virginia. This week, North Carolina's Matt Doherty became only the 2nd person in ACC history to attain the #1 ranking as a player and a coach. The first was Bobby Crimmins, who played at South Carolina when they were part of the conference, and of course coached at Georgia Tech. Duke with a chance tonight to go for another record, extending its own 24 straight road wins at Clemson. And Will Solomon now 51 straight games in double figures, leading the ACC better than 22 points a game. Solomon's fun to watch.
He can light it up. He can shoot it from anywhere in the gym. As soon as he comes in, you got to get somebody on him when he walks in the back door.
How about two guys?
Yeah, that's not enough.
Guidry tried to get it to Thornton, couldn't hold it, but the Cavaliers couldn't hold it either.
Damon Thornton comes in, gives him a great post presence once again. Good post-up play, strong around the basket, good finisher.
Keith Friel is in for the first time for the Virginia Cavaliers, and you see somebody light it up. Guidry out of the corner with a miss. Inge, offensive rebound. And Kenny Inge powers his way in.
Kenny Inge has great leaping ability. A really tenacious competitor, too, down on the block. Will not give an inch. Like you say, Keith Friel in the ball game, this guy's fun to watch, man. He gets behind that point line. If he's got any daylight, it's nothing but nylon.
He hit 5 of 8 the other night against Maryland. Travis Watson, offensive foul, 2 on Watson.
That's that great athletic ability of Kenny Inge, being able to move his feet and get in the position to get hit square in the middle of the chest. Good rebound. Kenny Inge, great explosive ability around the basket. Good follow. See Travis Watson, good post up. He's got him right there. Good feet by Kenny Inge. Keep moving those feet.
Really, one of the things that keeps North Carolina State in ball games is the interior defense of Inge and Thornton and their rebound.
Yes, they both rebound well and block shots.
Cornelius Williams is in for North Carolina State. Wolfpack up by a point with the ball as we approach the 15-minute mark in the first half. Mike Patrick, Brad Daugherty, glad you could join us from Raleigh.
Good post-up right there, but you can't bring the offense to him. Thornton had a nice post-up. Get that ball. He's in the lane. Let him make a move.
Wilkins knocked away by Hall. Shot clock at 4. Crawford with a run. Hall got a hand on it, and Hand can't save it. And they're going to say it was last touched by NC State. Watson will go out, and J.C. Mathis, number 32, comes in for Virginia. He shared the ACC Rookie of the Week honor last week. Played very well against Maryland and Wake Forest. Virginia's only had 3 shots so far. They've made 2.
No rhythm to this basketball game as of yet. Waiting on one team to establish that. Trying to build from it. Not happening yet.
Williams tried to dump it off. Good defense by Crawford. Got back to get the interception.
Clifford Crawford came over and intimidated that shot.
There's a foul underneath as Cornelius Williams tries for the offensive rebound. Just checks in, picks up his first foul.
So Chris Williams turned, made the cardinal sin of basketball, leaving your feet. But NC State comes down the other end. They can't take advantage of the opportunity. That type of thing hurts you in the end of the ball game. You got to take advantage of those opportunities.
Friel couldn't quite get the look at the 3, and he'll put up one from 15 feet. He's a much better shooter outside the three-point line than he is inside.
Yeah, he's better when those feet are stationary and he's squaring up, just catches the thing and flings it. He gets flat stroke.
Thornton nearly lost it. Virginia likes that pressure man-to-man. Wilkins moving in, snuffed through traffic. Friel with a loose ball.
Ball just slipped right out of his hands, made an excellent move to get himself into the middle. This guy can shoot.
There's Friel's range. You put him at 21 feet, he's deadly.
I'm telling you, you can guard this cat. He can stroke it.
Keith Friel shooting 45% from long range. You can live with 45.
Oh, man, that's excellent from long range. I'm wanting him to shoot it every time he touches it.
So does he.
Yeah.
Those shooters, the guys that are standstill jump shooters, they just love it.
Not shy at all.
And if I shot 45%, I wouldn't be either.
I wouldn't either. I'm stroking that thing up.
13:08 to go first half. Virginia with a 2-point lead. Coming up next, Duke and Clemson. Duke followed up that 2-point loss to Carolina with a 42-point win at Florida State. Clemson might be in for a little scoring tonight. Thornton missed but got the follow.
Damon Thornton turned the corner. There was an errant inbounds pass. The ball was just kind of thrown to the middle of the lane. North Carolina State was lucky to gather that ball up. Thornton made a nice move to get back to the basket.
One thing they need out of Thornton is a game where he can give them some minutes. He just perpetually fouls out of ball games.
Yeah. Undersized, inside banging. Gets those fouls called.
Trio is double teamed. Loose ball knocked out of bounds or called time by Virginia. They save it. Checking it was Crawford. He was the one who got it in called time. 12:39 to go first half. We're tied at 10.
It's been a real struggle for both teams offensively, but Damon Thornton has come in and done a good job of getting to the backboard, being aggressive. You see him going strong to the basket. Good defense. Followed his shot up. Kept playing. Put the ball back in the hole. He's done a good job getting after the backboard.
North Carolina State with second chance points, 3 offensive rebounds, one thing that they are very good at. Another reason why Virginia only has 10 points. They've had the ball 12 times in this game. They have turned it over 7 times.
Wow, I mean, we're talking about North Carolina State taking care of the ball. I think that needs to be a general consensus here. Both teams have to take care of the ball.
Crawford. Grundy can't penetrate. Crawford for 3.
Great hustle by Scooter Sherrill, keeping that basketball alive.
And they're going to call Hall for the foul going after the loose ball. That's 2 on Adam Hall. Scooter Sherrill, another freshman for Herb Sendek.
Excellent young player. Saw him last year in the McDonald's All-American game. Great jumping, leaping ability. Learning by the baptism of fire in the ACC.
He's from Mount Eulin, North Carolina, which is a place I am unfamiliar with.
I don't know anything about Mount Eulin. I'm sure it's a nice town, though.
Well, they're all nice in North Carolina, aren't they?
I agree.
Now Sherrill going to the bench as Wilkins will come back in.
This is a little motion offense. Let's get some guys cutting, setting some big body screens, getting Wilkins and Grundy slashing to the front of that basket, drawing a little contact, maybe getting a foul, easy layup. Get off the perimeter move.
There's Crawford.
Good post up.
Wilkins, couple of head fakes, and he banks it home.
That's good basketball right there. Damien Wilkins, 8 feet from the basket, post up on the guy same size. He's a post player. That the people guarding him the same size. Take advantage of it.
First bucket tonight for Wilkins.
Oh, what a block by Kenny Inge.
Grundy running the other way. Maybe off balance when he shot under pressure. Hall comes back. Bodies flying. Hall keeps the dribble. And Hall comes up limping. Roger Mason Jr. offensive foul.
Boy, Adam Hall twisted his foot. He got his foot stepped on that twisted his ankle. Nice post up. Nice post up.
$11 minutes, 42 seconds to go first half. North Carolina State hanging on to a 2-point lead over Virginia. And Brad, we've seen the Cavaliers at their best when they knocked off Maryland so convincingly. Right now they are not at their best. They can't protect the ball.
You're right, Mike. This is a very sloppy basketball game right now. Neither team's really established themselves offensively. And you've seen some just frenzy paces going on during the game where there's the ball's rolling around and people knocking around and it's going out of bounds. You got to settle down. I say it all the time, but the most important thing you can do is execute your offense. Do what you do every day in practice, and you work on trying to get to perfection. That's what you build from.
The Wolfpack will inbound. Crawford and Grundy continue in the backcourt. Wilkins is back there helping on the press. Inge and Thornton take the lineup.
Nice baseline screens. Andy Grundy hasn't been able to really get in the game. Got to have some freedom. Got to free a guy like that up and give him the side and go one-on-one. Try to play through Wilkins.
There's Grundy, shot clock at 7, and Grundy hits the 3.
Really has an awkward-looking shot. He can score in bunches. I'm telling you, he's an excellent scorer over there.
He has 5 of the 15 points, and you saw Archie Miller. Somebody has to take up that outside slack. He leaves a big hole.
Good defense by North Carolina State.
Williams backed in and had it blocked.
Good job by Damien Wilkins. Little body bump, good defense. Watch Grundy, he's setting up, he's ready. Step in, catch it, stroke it. Didn't think twice about that.
Always looks like he's falling away or falling off to the side, and there's Wilkins with the defense.
Excellent defense, good body, good feet.
Boy, Watson wanted the ball in the lane. He was open, and they didn't get it to him.
Miss those opportunities.
Roger Mason Jr. down the lane. Offensive foul.
Roger was out of control. He made the first move and got by Goodrich. But the defense was there. Kenny Inge, who's excellent around the basket, taking charges. You see him go by. Mason goes by. He beats the first guy. The ball gets away, so there he loses control trying to gather the ball.
That's 2 fouls on Roger Mason Jr. and the 9th turnover against North Carolina State in 9.5 minutes of play. And the 3rd offensive foul in place just like that. And Pete Gillen doesn't care for it.
He's going to tell his guys right now, okay, guys, we got to be patient with the ball. Let's run the offense. Let's move the basketball. Let's defend people. We got to slow down this pace, even though they like the transition game. Let's get some easy shots. Let's get some quality shots instead of quantity of shots right now.
The one thing you've seen from North Carolina State, certainly for the overwhelming majority of the season, even though they have not done that well at 10-10, 2-6 in the conference, they have played hard overall and they have played hard defense. It's their lack of shooting ability that has just killed them.
I do not question their desire to come play this game of basketball. Herb Sendek has these guys ready to play each and every night. Some of the decisions made on the basketball court are a little questionable. And that comes from guys not playing together a lot. You know, and we talk about the injuries and different people being inserted into the lineup. The unfamiliarity makes it difficult to be precise. So that's the defense.
We are in Raleigh, North Carolina, where the Wolfpack of NC State with now a 6-point lead over 9th-ranked Virginia. The 9th ranking is in the USA Today ESPN poll. They are 6th in the Associated Press poll. And here is Kenny Inge, who gets almost 43% of his points from the free throw line this year.
He's a great scrapper, aggressive player, gets a lot of fouls, gets his body up for his team.
Watson knocked it out of bounds, and right now, North Carolina State out-hustling the Wahoos for loose basketballs.
You continue to hustle and play the game hard and with desire and try to get every loose ball, you're going to win basketball games.
Whistle away from the ball.
Is that on Hall?
When you hear the words backyard brawl, you probably think football. Thursday night on ESPN. It might be close to that at 7 Eastern. Pitt at West Virginia in the backyard brawl. Followed by Conference USA, Marquette against Louisville. That last foul was on Adam Hall, by the way, Brad. That's 3 on him.
That's not good. That's going to hurt. That's going to hurt Virginia going in the last 5 minutes of this ball game. He's got to be out of foul trouble because he's a slasher and a high flyer, and if you take that away, it limits this Virginia basketball team.
Well, they've already got Watson and Mason with 2.
North Carolina State, you got to attack.
NC State building on its lead. And Virginia has already committed 18 fouls. North Carolina State just 2. And trying to penetrate. Williams leaned into it, got the basket and a foul.
Great move by Chris Williams. I tell you, I don't see that same intensity that Virginia had against Maryland.
I agree.
It's like they're going through the motions right now. See a nice post move, just slips between the double team. Kenny Inge has to step over and close that gap. Can't let the guy turn his shoulders in there.
Well, I'm sure Pete Gillen has done everything he can to get him ready for this game psychologically, but here's the point. You come off 2 huge wins like they had and put the North Carolina game in front of those 2 huge wins. Now you play somebody who's 2-6 in the conference, you think, at least somewhere in the back of your mind, you think, well, maybe I can relax.
Subconsciously, it's very difficult to come out and play this basketball. They played some huge games the past few weeks and done very well. So there's going to be a little letdown.
Kenny Inge did a great job of protecting the ball with his free arm. He has 5 points. It's 20-12.
Excellent post up.
Almost another steal. Williams to Watson. Mason. Mason gets caught up baseline. The Cavaliers are getting in traffic and not getting the ball to the open man.
Yeah, getting deep in there. North Carolina State's doing a good job of collapsing around the ball, which is good defense, not giving any out passes.
And inbound to Mason.
North Carolina State did a good job of extending their defense.
Mason for 3.
That's a shot you want to give up. Good job by North Carolina State.
And Kenny Inge, their 4th all-time leading rebounder, snags his 3rd of the night.
Backdoor lob.
Too strong, and Inge couldn't pull it in. Hand will pull up from 3. That's the exact spot he hit the other one. Donald Hand with a pair of long-range bombs. It's 20 to 15. Here comes the pressure. And Young with a reach-in foul.
Maurice Young comes into the ball game.
For North Carolina State, this section of the schedule, especially the way the ACC has become again, it's been the death march. Since January the 28th, they've played 6th-ranked North Carolina at that time, number 12 Wake, number 8 Syracuse, tonight number 9 Virginia, then they get number 3 Duke. It's the first time in school history they have played 5 straight ranked teams, and there are more on the horizon.
Yeah, doesn't get any easier.
Then you get to go to the ACC tournament and pick up a couple of easy ones.
Yeah. They've definitely been in the middle of the fire playing great competition here at North Carolina State. That's what you want. You want to compete against the best night in and night out and see what you're made of.
When they're doing it this year, Wilkins hits them both. NC State squandered an 11-point lead against Syracuse with 5 minutes to go over the weekend. They really outplayed the Orange and then just collapsed down the stretch. Could not make a basket.
Well, it's really good to have a guy like Kenny Inge, 6'9", who can help on those double teams and still get back and pick up a man.
Williams tried to force it in and lost it. Here comes Crawford all the way.
Nice move. Crawford using Virginia's own defenders to block themselves out. Excellent move.
Just weaved in and out. Clifford Crawford with the bucket, and it's 24-15. Biggest lead of the game for Herb Sendek's team.
Clifford Crawford. Great hustle by Kelly getting on the floor. He gives it to Crawford. The defense is coming. Watch him use the defender to shield himself away from Watson coming to the ball, and he goes right to the basket. Great move.
The Cavaliers average 13.1 turnovers a game. Tonight they have 10. There's 8:45 to go in the first half. The first half. So they may already be, when we get to the 5-minute mark, at their season's average, and a lot of these are unforced errors.
Yeah, correct. And a lot of them are mental errors. They got to take.
Right.
They're running right in the middle of the lane, trying to force opportunities. Opportunities come from execution. Moving that defense, making the defense shift after passing the basketball. That's where you break down a defense and have a chance to score. You can't run right in the middle of it.
In fact, the last time they played, North Carolina State led for 32 minutes of that game in Charlottesville. They shot 61% from the floor and still lost. They had 20 turnovers, the 8th time this season they have had 20 or more. If you can't protect the basketball, you can't beat good teams. Sometimes you can't even beat bad teams.
That's right. That's exactly right.
And Virginia so far doing a pretty poor job of protecting the apple.
One reason right there, Keith Frill had a screen opportunity on Travis Watson. And just let the screen slide right by. You got to set those picks. Don't be so anxious to get low. Once you set that pick, it'll open you up.
Roger Mason Jr., another offensive foul. That's 3 on Mason.
I think they're going to call that on Young. They're going to call that on Young. Goes baseline.
You're right.
Good job by Wilkins. Excellent defense.
So Mason remains at 2, and now Young's up to 2.
Guys play second half.
Not at this rate.
Good defensive play by Pete Gillen. A little matchup zone. Cover some area instead of trying to play individually. Should eliminate foul opportunity.
Wilkins tries a tough pass, and Kenny Inge kept it alive. Wilkins for 3. Friel with a rebound. Wilkins only shooting a little bit better than 1 out of 4 from long range. Friel, a 45% three-point shooter with a miss. And the loose ball goes to Crawford. He wants to run. Inge. Foul on the way up, and it's Williams.
Well, they look good on that fast break. North Carolina State spread the floor, I think when Crawford comes into the game, my buddy up in Asheville, North Carolina, Rick Tisdale, tells me when Clifford Crawford comes into the game, they're a different basketball team. And I see exactly what he's talking about. He really pushes that ball.
Foul was on Maurice Young, his third. So the freshman picking him up in a hurry. Adam Hall already on the bench with 3, and Inge will go back to the free throw line. Six points for Kenny Inge.
6'3" sophomore out of Winston-Salem. Crawford pushing the ball. Nice shovel pass to Kenny Inge. There's the foul.
Right now, to me, Virginia looks tired.
They do look tired. It's almost like they're running in cement. Passes are a little lazy. They're not getting it.
Inge hits another free throw. NC State by 11. 7:42 to go first half. North Carolina State enjoying an 11-point lead over the number 9 team in the country, the Virginia Cavaliers, 26-15. The Virginia offense so far tonight has been offensive. 11 turnovers, 11 fouls committed, and a single offensive rebound.
Got to find some energy on that Virginia basketball team right now. Really struggling with energy. They look like they're a little slower than North Carolina State.
And North Carolina State has shown you the hustle. 13 second chance points. And off of all those Virginia turnovers, they have a dozen. And that's one thing this team can really use is some easy baskets, because in the set offense, they do not shoot it very well.
Yeah, you're right.
And for 3. Offensive rebound. Watson knocked it outside to Williams, and Williams will fire an air ball.
2 very extremely tough shots to take out of your offense. Such long shots, creating long rebounds. And poor shots, I think, on the offensive stretch.
Ron Kelly, a very good offensive center, has 4 points, and the lead has grown to its biggest of the night, 13.
See 2 shots up from Virginia from about 20 feet. You go down the other end at 6 feet, and you knock down a shot.
Watson with a miss. 1 and done for the Wolves. Kelly again. Fouled, or did he commit? No, 3 seconds, all right.
Ron Kelly, watch him post up. He's very good around that block. Nice little turn in the middle. Here comes the jump hook. Can't stop it. Nice touch. Look at that North Carolina State sideline. Coach Sean Miller, he's screaming and yelling. He's excited. He's up jumping around. Really encouraging these guys. Look at him. He's still talking. Going to be a great, great head coach one day.
Well, they're having a lot of fun right now. His younger brother is Archie.
Yeah. Sean's been around the game a long time. Excellent young player at Pittsburgh. Look for him to get his chance one day as a head coach. He's done a super job sometimes.
Archie Miller shooting 62% from long range. That led the country. He has missed so many games, though. He has dropped out of the NCAA statistics because he hasn't played enough ball games.
Archie can stroke it. I'll tell you, he gets behind that 3-point line. He can just flat knock it down. We talked earlier on how that opens up the offense for this team. They're looking pretty good right now. North Carolina State's playing well.
Up by 13 with 6.5 minutes to go first half.
They were up by considerable some at Virginia and lost the ball game, so you wonder if that's in the back of their mind. See if they put that out of their mind.
Mason got it.
You got to shoot a shot like that. Roger Mason fading away from about 6 feet. There's nothing you can do.
Wilkins quickly back the other way. Tries a circus shot. Can't hit it.
Should have went ahead and laid that under. Yeah, he should have laid that on this side. The first side of the goal. He was wide open for a layup. Momentarily might have got a foul.
Mason can't get inside. Kicks it back to Hand. Baseline penetration, and he lost it. And they're going to say that Crawford was on the end line.
But that's okay. Great hustle. If you're a coach, you see that, you say that's fine. You're digging, you're scrapping, you come up with the basketball, it's wonderful. Let's do it again.
Well, Crawford took that ball and slammed it down. And a nice job by Tim Higgins just to sort of look at him out of the corner of his eye. He could have, if he wanted to be picky, he could have walked over and teed him up for that.
Got to understand the frustration that this basketball club is under. They lost 3 very close games last week and going in the week before, so a lot of frustration with these young men. Tim Higgins does a great job.
Hand and Watson fight for it. It goes out of bounds. 13 turnovers by Virginia.
I'll tell you, they really struggle out. I haven't seen this Virginia team this sloppy this year.
Picked by Hand. the 2-on-3. Friel ends up with it for 3. He's short. Hand with the offensive rebound.
Patience. Show a lot of patience.
Hand, fadeaway jumper, tough shot. Watson or Williams goes up to try to follow. Has it taken away by Crawford.
Anything's a tough shot from just critical distance.
Wilkins for 3. Melvin kept it alive, nearly tipped it in. Williams back the other way for Virginia. They want to run. Friel trying to control, and he's hacked at and fouled by Crawford.
Just a chaotic pace to this basketball game, and North Carolina State's using it to their advantage.
Only the 6th team foul against North Carolina State, and that's Cornelius Williams, the senior from Fort McClellan. Watson will also sit down. The story of this game has been turnovers. Virginia almost equaling their entire output in the last game here in the first half. North Carolina State has done a much better job than normal keeping track of the basketball.
Yeah, they got to do a better job just taking care of the ball and being smart.
The future of this ball club, guys like Damien Wilkins.
Yeah, I agree. Damien Wilkins, excellent young player, sophomore. Finished last year ACC tournament with a couple of huge games, but he is really developing as a young player. He's a good post player. We knew that coming out of high school. Now he's starting to develop his jump shot a little bit, and defensively he's very good. Quick feet, got the great genes of Gerald and Dominique Wilkins, so we know he's a high riser. Great young man. Known him since he was a little bitty kid. He used to come to some of our practices when I was still shooting the hoop around a little bit. So fine young man.
You know, it's interesting. Both his father and his uncle wore number 21. He didn't want that number. He wants to be his own man. He picked number 1 instead of 21. Wilkins, there's the difference in the numbers between his freshman and sophomore campaign. He has become a much more reliable shooter.
Yeah, and those are excellent increases in numbers, showing the leadership. Next year he's going to be even better, and the year after that he'll be an All-American potential player.
Mason against Grundy. Virginia going with a 3-guard lineup right now. Williams, his game's just been off tonight. And Williams is a key to Virginia. He is so solid in every department.
A lot of that's been the defense. Let's give North Carolina State some credit. They've done a good job putting the body on him, not giving up any chippy layups, making every shot tough.
5 minutes even to go first half. NC State up by 11. Virginia, one of the top scoring teams in the nation, averaging 88.8 points a game. They have 17 right now.
I tell you, every shot for Virginia is just a long-range shot. They're not trying hard enough to get that ball. There's no patience on their offensive end.
14 turnovers for Virginia.
That's the ball game for them. That's it.
Watching CNBC today, there were so many guys from Virginia talking about the Cavaliers basket. They're going to be disappointed. This is worse than Cisco. Yeah. Well, maybe not.
Cisco will return.
Grundy, foul.
They're hoping their teams like Cisco, though. You don't have to worry about the Ciscos of the world in the long run.
Call hand for the personal. 2 on Donald, the senior from Patterson, New Jersey.
Let's watch him shoot this basketball. He takes the ball and brings it away from his body. The little pause, and I don't know how he shoots the ball, but he's comfortable. And I think the big thing is he's shooting over 75%. There's a couple of different ways to shoot the basketball, I guess, Mike.
And last year he shot under 60 from the free throw line. And if you're going to have a guy that is going to shoot as much as he does and handle the ball as much as he does, he had to become better at it.
Yeah, and he's found something. And the key to shooting free throws is being comfortable with the ball.
Have a lane violation, and it's going to be on Kenny Inge. So that free throw will not count.
And a lot of that is mental. The movement he makes with the ball is more of a mental adjustment. If you watch him shoot the ball after it's gone, he's making the appropriate stroke, all one piece.
And now Herb Sendek wants to know about it. Watch Inge.
Actually looked like J.C. Mathis stepped in first.
It was. If they call it a double lane violation, well, somebody's got to be first, and obviously it was Mathis.
Yeah.
You would think he would get the shot over, but that's not what they're going to call it. They're going to call it a double lane violation. North Carolina State will take the ball out of bounds because it goes to the possession area. Anything that goes to the possession arrow is wrong. Grundy. Here comes Virginia. Hand. Friel. Good head fake to get free. Short on the jumper. Hand with a rebound.
Look at the defense by North Carolina State. These kids are hustling. They're at every pass. Scooter Sherrill overran the pass, got a little fast.
Sherrill reached in on that one.
Really aggressive, though. And I'm impressed with that. They're playing hard, determined.
Well, Donald Hand is very, very quick, and he can't get past that first wave of defenders. They just pick him up in the lane.
That's exactly right. It's great help by the interior defense.
Hand with the 1-and-1. He'll get another. Donald Hand was 7 of Virginia's 18 points. This year, the scoring is down, but they expected that. His shooting is down. They expected that. They want him to handle the ball more, and he's second in the ACC in assists. That is not an easy transition. I don't care how good you are.
No, you're used to coming down and catching the ball from the guard and stroking it. It's a big change to running a whole offense. You got to take everyone into consideration. You got to know where everyone's at on every play. It's very difficult.
3:51 and counting from Raleigh. The Wolfpack on top of Virginia by 10.
Zone pressure.
There's the lob. Kenny Inge comes down, and that's a travel. Well, that's 2 lobs they've tried. Neither one has worked. We have a 10-point game. Back after this. So much has been made of the fact that upperclassmen returned this year. One of the reasons ACC teams are so much better. But look at the sophomores. How much have they contributed?
This is an incredible group. These 9 young men are excellent basketball players. And you look at these 9 guys, you could take 2 of those guys, Forte and Williams, and they could be National Player of the Year.
Absolutely. Wilkins and Watson here. Watson leading the ACC in rebounding. Williams gets good position and banks it in. That cuts the lead to 8. And he has 4 points.
It's great to see all that talent. That means ACC basketball is going to be exciting for years to come.
We got spoiled, didn't we?
I'll tell you, really good. Really.
Last couple of years with only 3 teams in the NCAA tournament. Although you can certainly make a case for a couple of others.
This Virginia team being one of them.
Absolutely. And they're going to call Cornelius Williams for an offensive foul away from the ball.
Post up, Cornelius Williams, a little elbow there. A little over aggressive there.
6'11", 260-pound senior picks up his second.
Virginia's got to take advantage of this opportunity. They got to make these free throws. It gives them a chance to put them right back in the ball game. They were down 13 points just a minute and a half ago. Now they could get within 6 points, 5 points.
Mathis shooting only 50% in limited action this year, way short on the first. Front ends of 1-and-1 are huge. Virginia's offense just totally stymied tonight. 21 points in this first half.
No rhythm whatsoever. This is a tough part of North Carolina State's offense. Pass, look to drive.
Wilkins, good field, a good feed inside to Inge, and Friel commits the personal, trying to prevent the easy layup.
I think these kids must be a little tired. They look a little slow, Virginia. Just a step slow at getting to the play. Maybe mentally they're a little drained.
Hey, we got 2 shots.
I don't know.
Certainly not the best performance we've seen.
No, not at all. Last week versus Maryland, they looked unbelievable.
Inge with a miss. They've got another. Guidry comes in. Sherrill will go out. Guidry getting more playing time the last 3 ball games. State as a team has hit 8 out of 10. Inge has the 2 misses. He's hit 3 out of 5. Makes the second one. 30-21. And Virginia's big 3, only Donald Hand has produced his share so far. Williams against the double team. He and Ann trying to play a little two-man game. Crawford, excellent defense, won't let him do it.
Very good job by Kenny Inge, sliding to the baseline, putting his foot on the baseline. Nowhere to go.
Mathis, offensive foul.
J.C. Mathis trying to make a spin move. See Kelly, watch his good defense. Squarely in front of the body. Good job.
That must be the 6th charge we've had tonight at both ends of the court, and I think they've all been legitimate calls.
Yeah, they have. Guys are in front, bodies are square. Comes to the chest. Call.
Virginia already has 15 turnovers. We've only played 18 minutes. It's unbelievable. And they're only averaging 13 a game. And their hand tried to draw an offensive foul with a flop. They weren't buying it. And then a foul inside.
That's great recognition by Damien Wilkins. He makes a nice move into the middle, draws the defense, and drops it to his teammate Kenny Inge. Good unselfish basketball.
Coming up at halftime, the Courtyard by Marriott halftime report. Chris Fowler will be along with the Sports Center in game. Oklahoma State goes on the road, and Robert Smith retires, something that really stunned me. That young man, a classy individual who I thought had still a great future.
Well, he's a good runner, runs with his legs up high.
Oh,
He's really flat, get it.
smart guy, too. Inge, 1 out of 2 again. It's 31-21.
What Virginia does with this possession. They're trying to get a post up at all. No, they're not going to try to post the ball up. They're going to wait for a screen shot. There it is right there.
He's been in foul trouble since this game started. Mason hesitated and then missed. Kelly with a rebound. Grundy ahead to Wilkins.
I'll tell you.
Offensive foul.
Oh, no, I think Damien Wilkins turned that corner. I think Keith Frill was late. They may have caught him on the shoulder. We'll have to look at that again, but a pretty good move.
Friel may have gotten lucky. That's 2 on Wilkins.
I believe he did.
You can be going sideways.
Yes. I think he was behind Wilkins, though, is the only problem. Couldn't see it. Official says the foul is a foul.
And here's a whistle away from the ball. We got a holding foul. It's going to be on Kelly. That's 1 on the senior from Emory, Texas.
Don't want to slow that clock down. We got a 10-point lead. You want the clock to continue to move. Virginia's taking a lot of out shots, deep shots. Continue to encourage that. You got the rebound, keep clock, go down the other end and give yourself a chance to score. Don't stop it, let him shoot.
Mathis, who averages a little bit better than 3 points a game, has had 1 free throw and missed it. Another 1-and-1 situation, and he missed it again. Lane violation. He will get another opportunity.
Young man step in, young freshman out of Brooklyn, New York, knock this shot down. Oh, that's better.
1 for 1. They've cut the lead to 9. Pressure. Sherrill is back in to help run the club with Grundy and Guidry. So both teams going with 3-guard offenses. And we've hit 1 minute to go in the first half. Been controlled by the Wolfpack.
Get that ball to Kelly.
Guidry out of the court.
Trey Guidry looking for his opportunity. That's a heck of a shot.
Trey Guidry gets the tray. The lead is 12. And trying to penetrate. Mason lost it on the way in, but a foul.
Grundy knocked that ball loose. May have gotten a little arm.
One on Grundy. And it will send Mason to the free throw line. He's about as automatic as it gets. Better than 88% from the line. He had 1 streak this year. He had 45 straight free throws. That nice rotation.
Trey Gidry in the corner. Little jumper, little nylon. He says, yes, sir, let's go. Let's go, Wolfpack.
Well, with Archie Miller out, that's just so huge for them if they can get somebody to hit a couple from outside.
Yeah. Give them a little confidence so they don't have to grind every play out and make something big happen every play. You got to come down and loosen you up a little bit.
Mason cuts it to 10, and North Carolina State can virtually hold for the last shot. Less than 2-second difference between the game clock and the shot clock.
Got to milk that clock. Anything weird happens, take it. Offensive peel, run it, cut, catch the ball, move the ball. Just keep an eye on the clock. Inside.
Shot clock at 9. Kenny Inge got caught too far underneath again with the follow by Kelly.
Good job of Big Ron Kelly. Nose around that basketball.
Hand did not get it off in time. An impressive first half for North Carolina State, but Virginia has itself to blame. 15 turnovers in the half. The Cavaliers down by 12, 36-24. Let's go to the studio and Chris Fowler.
Mike, I couldn't have said it better. Congratulations to the Wolfpack for playing a good first 20 minutes. Virginia looking nothing like a top 10 team at the moment. Ahead on SportsCenter in-game, highlights of BC and Syracuse. Strong start for the Eagles, plus some other sports news. As Mike mentioned, Vikings star running back Robert Smith retiring for mysterious reasons, and the mystery of whether or not Shaq will play in the All-Star game was answered.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by Bud Light. For the great taste that won't fill you up and never lets you down, make it a Bud Light.
Welcome to SportsCenter in-game. Time for the Courtyard by Marriott halftime report.
Well, his retirement announcement is certainly stunning until you remember that the Vikings' Robert Smith has always kind of danced to his own unique beat. Smith telling a newspaper today he is done after 8 seasons at the age of 28. The reason is somewhat of a mystery. His agent said not because of his health, despite the fact that he just had his 3rd knee operation, and he's entering unrestricted free agent territory. Could make a whole lot of money. Instead, he wants to pursue other things, maybe become a medical researcher. You can see that only Jim Brown retired following a more productive year. Smith coming off 1,521 yards, says he's healthy, but says he's stepping away from NFL football. Stepping away from the All-Star game, Shaquille O'Neal. He's been nursing a sore foot. He will not be able to go in the starting lineup for the West. I guess he kind of sounds disappointed, although you can make your own mind up about that.
I'll be there. Is it disappointing that I'm not playing? No. If you have a flat tire, then you can't go that far on the highway, so my tire's still flat. But I'll be back.
Apparently with 4 good tires, his Vlade Divac will replace Shaq. And Vince Carter says he's going to play in the All-Star game. The top vote getter has been bothered by a knee for a couple of months. He will not defend his slam dunk title, but as the league's 4th leading scorer, he says he will play there. Other news notes, Man United, the global soccer power from England, will form a marketing alliance with the New York Yankees over the next couple of years. Also from London, Marty McSorley will play in the British Professional Hockey League following a suspension in the NHL. And UNLV trying to appeal their 1-year postseason ban and get eligible for the Mountain West tournament, made a presentation to the NCAA. More on those stories on SportsCenter with Rich Eisen and Reese Davis following the game, plus the question of the night, who's the best in the NBA West, and our baseball special, the state of the game. Oklahoma State back on the road after an emotional win against Missouri. We'll show you how they're doing against the Cornhuskers when we come back at halftime.
SportsCenter in-game. This halftime report is presented by Courtyard by Marriott, the hotel designed by business travelers. Welcome back to SportsCenter in-game, the Courtyard by Marriott halftime report.
Well, the Wolfpack playing with some real bounce in the first 20 minutes. The Cavaliers, sloppy and lethargic, to put it kindly. We're down by 12. And welcome back. Well, there were special moments for all involved in the Oklahoma State basketball program on Monday night, beating Missouri in front of a packed house in a game that most of the Cowboys players and even Eddie Sutton called one of the most important of their lives. But now another challenge lies ahead. Road games at Nebraska tonight, at Kansas this weekend. They will have played 3 games in 5 days. They had to board 3 corporate jets last night to get to Lincoln. Could they hold up physically and emotionally as well? Nebraska, not a very strong team, but at home, capable of good efforts. And a good start tonight here. John Robinson misses the 3 ball, but Wilson Thomas, who also plays on the football team, with the dunk, and Nebraska had the slim early lead. Cowboys responding. Victor Williams to Frederick Jansen underneath, and Oklahoma State on a run took a 6-point lead. Huskers respond. Cookie Belcher, excuse me, comes off the screen, knocks down his second 3 in a row. Jay laughing over there. 40-33. The Cowboys are down 7 at the break. We'll keep you posted. Oklahoma State, by the way, has dominated their games at the Vandy Center recently. In the Big East, very motivated Boston College team hosting Syracuse. On the break there, Kenny Walls misses the layup, but Troy Bell follows in BC, trying to pay back Syracuse for a brutal beating last year in the Big East tournament, playing a strong game early. Kenny Harley hits the jumper, and Walls to Jonathan Dearbaum on the alley-oop. Boston College jumping on Syracuse. And then Bell, little up fake. Ryan Sidney, nice layup, gets it to go. Boston College at 16-2, coming in 7-1 in the league, spanking the 7th-ranked Orangemen by 14 points as they approach halftime, and a raucous Conti Forum. Game 2 tonight. Dukies on the road against Clemson. Margin the first time they played was 41 about a month ago. I don't know if that qualifies as selling the game, but that is coming up at 9 o'clock Eastern tonight. The second half is coming up shortly. We remind you that Jay will join me for College Hoops tonight. Highlights of that Syracuse-BC game, the book on Jameer Nelson. We'll talk about Illinois and also look at the SEC and the many teams grouped together battling for NCAA bids. Join us at midnight Eastern time.
The Wolfpack trying to pull an upset on the visiting Virginia Cavaliers. They're up a dozen at the half, 36-24. Welcome back to Raleigh, everybody. Mike Patrick, Brad Doherty. One of the brightest moments for North Carolina State tonight, and it's because of their defense and the fact that Virginia has not protected the basketball.
Yeah, Virginia's done a very poor job. We talked about North Carolina State earlier being sloppy with the basketball, but it's been Virginia who's just been atrocious in handling the ball. And I think the effort by North Carolina State has been surprisingly overwhelming. Virginia hasn't been able to come down to get in their offense. They haven't been able to execute. State's gotten every hustle ball, every hustle play. Plays like this has killed Virginia. The drive with people losing their, leaving their feet out of control. And watch NC State. Look at the hustle. Kelly gets the second shot opportunity after the Inge layup opportunity. The difference, I think, has been the energy.
When they played in Charlottesville, Virginia had 14 offensive rebounds and 15 turnovers. They have already matched the turnovers and only have 5 offensive rebounds. And even though this is a short ball club, they do very well on the boards. Donald Hand has been their leader with 8 points. Nobody else with more than 4. They only have 24 as a team. And they're down by a dozen here at the half. Inge with 9. Grundy and Wilkins both with a half a dozen.
Let's see what changes as Virginia comes out. I look at Travis Watson. I say he's got 1 rebound, and that blows me away because he's so big and strong and is always around the ball.
And averages almost 10 a game, which leads the ACC. And they simply look out of sync tonight, does Virginia. And North Carolina State trying to take advantage of it. Let's take a look at the first half stats. Shooting has been a problem for North Carolina State this year. Not in the first half. They shot a respectable 43%. Virginia only 33 in 3 out of 10 from long range. And that 15 turnovers sticks out like a sore thumb. Friel, who was their great long-range shooter, hit only 1 out of 5 in the first half. And on the season, he shoots 45%. So they need to get him on track, or at least someone else. And there is a tilted backboard, we are told. So.
Why doesn't have anything to do with the turnovers?
No, you wouldn't think so. Might have something to do with the 33% shooting percentage. Yeah. Although I think it's more of that North Carolina State defense than the tilted backboard. And we see no maintenance personnel.
I always wondered how North Carolina State won all those basketball games back throughout the years.
It was David Thompson getting his kneecaps up level with that basket. And Tim Higgins is telling us that it is a tilted backboard. We'll check on it when we come back. Back in Raleigh, and they are working on the basket. One of the bolts on the side of the basket support came loose. And North Carolina State, in the midst of a run against tremendous teams, as you see one of the workmen working on it. January 6th this year at number 9 Virginia, January 10th at second-ranked Duke, then against 14th ranked Maryland, number 6 North Carolina, number 12 Wake Forest, number 8 Syracuse. They are 0-6 against that murderer's row, and tonight they face number 9 Virginia, trying to avoid a 7th consecutive loss to ranked teams. This is the toughest stretch in the history of North Carolina State basketball.
The attitude seems to be great tonight. The young men are playing hard, playing together. It's really hustling. They won about every hustle point in the first half. The attitude's right to move on, move forward, put those losses behind you. And you're only as good as your last game, so let's get it tonight.
Herb Sendek trying to break a streak that goes back far too long for the fans of this program. 9 years without an NCAA appearance. Herb Sendek has been to the NIT 4 straight years. As we told you, 0-6 against ranked opponents this year, 10-34 overall. When he came in, there wasn't a lot here to work with, and he had that one miracle run in the ACC tournament where they knocked off 3 straight excellent teams and got into the championship game. By the time they met North Carolina, there was no gas left in the tank, though, as they continue to work on the basket support. Looks too technical for me.
Man, it's gotten real technical. Didn't you just take a pole and some concrete and that old bag concrete stuff, and you mix it up, put it in a hole, just jam
yes,
the
they
hole
did,
through?
and I think that worked better. We're waiting for the start of the second half. Let's go to the studio. We've got Chris Fowler and Jay Billis, and they can entertain you with basket stanchion stories.
Well, I want to know, was that the basket that Virginia was shooting at in the first half? Because that would certainly explain why the backboard broke there, the way they were shooting in that first half. We are delighted that Jay Billis, who's reporting early for our College Hoops Tonight duty, has dropped by to discuss baskets, among other things.
Whenever anything breaks, I'm always here for you, Chris. You know that.
Well, let's look ahead to game number 2 tonight. It's Duke against Clemson. The first meeting at Cameron was a woodshed beating, a 41-point game. Clemson saying tonight basically all they can hope for is for Duke to have an off shooting night and hang around in the game. Duke's been taking frustrations out on teams like Florida State and Clemson since they lost to Carolina.
Yeah, and Duke has really gotten away from the three-point shot a little bit. They relied on it so heavily against North Carolina. It didn't work out for them very well, but they went away from it when they played Florida State, and it worked very well. They went inside to Carlos Boozer. They attacked off the dribble a little bit better. I have to agree with the Clemson players, though. They have to rely upon Duke having an off shooting night if they want a chance to win. Even though down in Death Valley at Little John Coliseum, Clemson is better than they are on the road, this team will need a little help if they want to beat Duke. Will Solomon has got to be the guy that absolutely gets off in this game. One of the top scorers in the ACC. I think he's a future pro. He can get his own shot. Edward Scott's really got to help him out in the backcourt. Those two guys, when they are hitting shots, Clemson can be a dangerous team.
We'll hit a couple of topics here in the ACC, but first of all, North Carolina. Well, you were watching Michigan State, Illinois, terrific game in the ACC as Carolina protected that winning streak, played their first game as a #1 ranked team, got a real battle for the Demon Deacons, but prevailed on the road with the late run, and Wake Forest all of a sudden really spiraling, and the Tar Heels at 10-0 now.
Well, North Carolina under Matt Doherty is playing with a great swagger right now. They really believe in themselves and that they can win. One of the things I've really been impressed with Matt Doherty's system is the way he's gotten those Tar Heels to get out and play defense. Over the last couple of years, we heard out of that camp that maybe they weren't athletic enough to get out on the perimeter and guard people. Well, Doherty didn't buy in that. He's having those guys get out and pressure the ball, and with Brendan Haywood being such a big defensive presence, blocking shots and really changing shots inside, this has become a very good defensive team. They're holding teams under 40% shooting almost every game out. They're the top field goal percentage defensive team in the Atlantic Coast Conference. That's why they're #1 in the country. Another reason they're #1 has been the play of Jason Capel. He's not gotten the credit he deserves, but if you take a look at his stat line, Jason Capel has been one of the best players in the ACC all season long.
Well, this conference has been proclaimed the strongest by most all season long. It has terrific depth, and maybe that's one reason why the fortunes seemingly can switch so quickly in this conference. We saw Wake Forest now at under 500 in the league after the 12-0 start. Maryland was cruising along, had Duke beaten. They lose the game. Now the Terrapins are starting to spiral. We were talking earlier. I'm not trying to imply that Maryland and Wake Forest are suddenly in trouble as far as the NCAA tournament, but the fortunes have really turned with Georgia Tech coming up, Virginia until this first half coming back.
Yeah, and that's the way the ACC has traditionally been. Maybe not over the last couple of years, especially when you talk about the top three teams being North Carolina, Duke, and Maryland, not having struggled in the last few years. But this year, Wake Forest had a really rough schedule when they started out the ACC schedule because they had all of their games on the road. And they got punched in the face a couple times and didn't react very well. And they had some close games that they weren't able to finish. I thought the one game that really gave them problems was when they lost to North Carolina in the Smith Center. Darius Songaila got in early foul trouble. He hardly played at all in the first half and really wasn't able to establish any rhythm. And it was almost like Wake Forest kind of saw their own blood in that game, and it took them a while to recover. But I still think this Wake Forest team has the potential to be an outstanding basketball team. They've got some home games now in the second half of the ACC schedule. Maryland, as you mentioned, Chris, a team that has really got to pick it up a little bit. When they lost that ball game to Duke after dominating the Blue Devils for 39 minutes, they've been in a tailspin ever since, and they've got to pull themselves out of it. It's not that important. They can win games in the ACC against anybody.
There was a mini tailspin against Georgia Tech, a bad loss from Maryland. Now they have to go out and play North Carolina. I'm told the backboard may have been fixed in Raleigh. We'll get you back out to Mike and Brad now for the second half of that game, guys.
All right, Chris, at least they're working on it. It's a 12-point North Carolina State lead at the half. And I want to echo something that I think Jay pointed out perfectly, is the fact that Maryland has not been the same since the 1-minute mark of that game at home against Duke. They have not had the intensity ever since then.
Yeah, I agree. It's like it took a little bit of the life support out of them, and they struggled. They've really struggled to get back into the pace of the game. They play hard, but a little bit disoriented on offense. So, you know, Virginia's got to do a better job of taking care of basketball. This basketball game is not out of their reach by any stretch. So they're just not getting enough offense, and that's because they're not taking care of the ball. The ball is all over the court. No one's getting a good shot. They're getting one shot and it's done.
And the balance has helped them so much this year. And right now, Donald Hand, the only one on the court for Virginia with more than 4 points in the ball game. And now we have our basket problem rectified. Still 20 minutes to go here. When something like this happens, people are always looking to see who the advantage is to. What advantage?
There's no advantage. I was hoping the clock keep running. Throw it up and play, man. Just roll it out on the floor. Go get it.
Well, we'd have about 6 minutes to go in the game if that were the case. And we're playing a little prank on you. It is straight. The camera was crooked.
All right, here we go. Let's get ready now. Second half basketball.
See if Virginia can protect the basketball a little bit better than they did in the first half. And see if North Carolina State can maintain that defensive intensity. Adam Hall starts the second half. He has 3 personal fouls.
Good pass.
Mason got it.
Excellent cut to the basket by Roger Mason. Good screen, layup. That's the shot opportunity you want.
6 points for Roger Mason Jr. Guidry on the run, pulls up with a miss, and he is whacked by Watson. That'll be 3 on Watson.
Great hustle by Guidry. Shot the ball, knew it was short, followed his shot, kept playing. 3 fouls on Watson. Seems sprint out. Little short shot, keeps playing. That's the foul.
And off the inbounds pass, it's 38-26.
Here we go again. Just run right over a guy. When you catch the basketball, you got to have an avenue. If it's not there, you stop and pass the ball. They just catch the ball and they're just running right over people.
Just out of control. Here's full court pressure, nearly a steal. 3 on 2. Grundy gets it to Wilkins.
He had a pass. Should have passed that ball underneath the edge. Had him wide open for a dunk. Oh.
Wilkins gets it back, goes by Mason, and that's going to be an offensive foul on Wilkins because he hooked his man with his free arm. That's 3 on Wilkins.
Well, he had a chance earlier to get rid of that basketball. Yeah, there it is. The old chicken wing comes out of there, and you hook him with it. Hope you get by with it. Good officiating.
3 on Wilkins. If you're checking for the foul at the other end, it was a turnover, not a foul.
Ball inside of Travis Watson. They're getting Williams on that block.
Williams backing in against Thornton.
Nice. Very nice. Fake outward with the basketball, right to the middle. 5-foot shot.
Chris Williams has half a dozen, and it looked like we were going to have another charge. It's a blocking foul on Roger Mason Jr. instead, his third.
Boy, his range is poor as he can't get a break. I thought that may at best be a walk call, but Tim Higgins said he got there a little bit late.
Guidry and Grundy against the pressure. Donald Hand is always going to be there. He's number 2 in the ACC in steals, 1.8 a game.
Damien Wilkins got to do a better job when that double team collapses on top of him of getting rid of that basketball. There's some open opportunities just for about a second. If you wait, they close up.
Shot clock's already down to 10. Wilkins with a runner.
Well, that's great athleticism, going away from the basket, shooting the ball, floating away from a strong hand.
Whoa! The other way, Thornton with the rejection.
David Thornton said, not my house. Take that with you. Nice move, going away from his strong hand. Nice shot, great athleticism. Get that out of here. No, sir. Great defense.
The lead is a dozen.
Good defense. Great, you got a big guy to step out on the screen and help slow that ball down.
Hall gets it low. Watson had it blocked. Kenny Inge. NC State playing sensational defense inside.
Really look good. Now they got to be patient. Get a good shot. They've got momentum. When you get momentum, you grasp it. You use it to your advantage. Don't run out of control. Make it work.
14 on the shot clock. Grundy spins into the lane. Got the roll.
That's tough. He's good right there. He's good when he's doing that. When he's moving around, he's got all the freedom around him. No help from anyone on Virginia. He's hard to guard.
North Carolina State has its biggest lead until right then as Watson gets the bucket inside and cuts it back to a dozen. Watson with 4 on the team.
Watson goes up to the basket. This is a goal for protection. Nice shot. Did a lot more of that.
Now here North Carolina State doing its best to spread the floor. The last 2 trips down, they really haven't had a shot until we got down to around 10 seconds on the shot clock.
Need a little bit of clock, get a quality shot.
Oh, Watson is going to commit another foul. That is 4 on Travis Watson. I mean, he ran right through a screen. A silly foul on his part.
Well, that's tough. He's trying to get through that screen, and Inge did a good job of holding his position. He just ran right over him.
Virginia making uncharacteristic mistakes tonight. They did not make these kind of errors when they knocked off Maryland and Wake Forest back to back. And now Wilkins is going to have to burn a timeout because he can't get it inbound.
See the play here. There's a screen right there. That's Thornton setting that screen. A little bit of action, a little bit of contact. All the above equates to a foul.
Watson with 4. Hall and Mason both have 3. Watson has to sit down with 16:50 to go on the game clock. 1 rebound tonight, leads the ACC with nearly 10 a game. This game is so critical for Virginia because they would have a chance with a win to tie Maryland for 3rd place in the ACC. And thinking ahead, Brad, here they are ranked number 9 in one poll, number 6 in the other. You're talking about a potential 2nd seed in the NCAA tournament. If you can't be a 1st seed, 2nd is what you want. It gives you a shot at the Elite 8.
That's exactly right. And they've got a golden opportunity. They've got to take advantage of it. With the foul trouble they had tonight, though, it's going to get even more difficult. Not a very deep basketball.
Thornton got away with a push-off, and then Wilkins knocked it out of bounds. So twice in a row, the Wolfpack had a tough time on the inbounds play, and Virginia's defensive pressure picking up.
With all the turnovers, the lack of offensive ability at this point for Virginia, they're only down 12 points. They can make a couple of shots, they're right back in the game.
Absolutely. We saw the runs they went on against Maryland, a couple of 24-2 jobs.
I just keep waiting on that to happen. It's not happening. Look at that defense. Good defense.
Yeah, Hand makes the draws the foul. Guidry was all over him, and Donald Hand just took him to school.
I mean, you're not disappointed in that defense at all. That is great defense. Look at Guidry. Good body, nowhere to go. Hand just will not be denied. I'll tell you, that is excellent defense and excellent offense. What do?
You make that shot, you've earned it.
That's exactly right. He gets that.
First on Guidry, who has given them a spark in the last 3 games, and Hand tries to complete the three-point play and does. It's down to single digits, and Donald Hand has 11 of the Cavaliers' 33.
More pressure.
Guidry from way downtown. Hall with a rebound.
Guidry was wide open. That was a good shot opportunity. He can make those.
Hand down the lane, pull-up jumper. He's fouled before the shot.
Grundy and Guidry got switched off. Guidry shot the shot. The junior sprinted out. That was Guidry's man, and Grundy tried to pick him up and help him.
2 on Grundy, and Clifford Crawford will come in. Guidry will sit down next to Herb Sendek.
I like Clifford Crawford. I like what he brings when he comes. A lot of energy. He likes to get it, motor that ball down the court.
Got some great quickness. And trying to take control here. Hall goes underneath. Freshman missed with the left hand as Mathis tried to put it in, got the offensive rebound, and draws the foul.
Boy, J.C. Mathis made an excellent move around the basket to go to that left hand. Really surprised the defense, just couldn't finish. They got a good, strong rebound. Look at this, nice little wraparound hook. Oh, nice little touch, wouldn't stay down. Then goes back nice and strong, gets the ball, gets him off his feet, there's the foul.
Thornton picked up his 3rd. He is fouled out of 4 of 8 ACC games this year. Mathis with a miss from the free throw line. He is 1 for 4 from the stripe, and Thornton will get a breather for that 3rd personal at the 16-minute mark. Made 1 of 2, and the lead's down to 8.
So they're in this ballgame. They're still around.
Wilkins. Crawford across the timeline. Wilkins goes baseline, gets cut off. Now he's in the double team.
Good pass.
Step through, and Grundy with that off-balance jumper.
Well, Damien Wilkins showing good strength, splitting the double team, which should never happen. Defensively, you got to close those shoulders and maintain that posture. He steps through, you fall down, it's a foul.
Well, that does take strength, doesn't it?
It really does. Control the ball as well, make a good pass.
Williams working on the outside. Wilkins with a steal. Damien Wilkins has 10, and it's back to a dozen.
Great hustle by Damien Wilkins. He's becoming a highlight reel here, defensively and offensively.
Hand got caught up in the lane, no basket. Offensive foul on Hand.
The big guy, Ron Kelly, giving up his body for the team.
Holy cow, what a shot, but it doesn't count, and Hand picks up his 3rd. North Carolina State has survived a couple of challenges. They're up by 12. Let's go back to that last play where Donald Hand picked up his 3rd.
Turns the corner. Ron Kelly steps in, gives him good body. That's a tough call, tough situation. What are you going to do? His body's flying everywhere. You got to call something.
And here's the situation. Watson on the bench with 4. Hall, Mason, and Hand all have 3. 2 players with 3 for NC State and a couple with 2. But it's been North Carolina State's defensive pressure and Virginia turnovers, at times unforced. It's been the difference in this one.
Damien Wilkins showing his versatility. Great pass. Wow, what a good pass.
Kenny Inge, that matches the biggest lead of the ball game at 14.
How about the versatility of Damien Wilkins? Defensively, offensively, breaking presses, making good passes. I mean, that's an outstanding player.
Williams. And he'll draw the foul on Kelly. That'll be 2 on Kelly.
Wilkins is the catalyst. You see, he gets the basketball once again in the offensive end, makes an excellent pass. Inge did a good job of blocking off, holding off the drop step dunk.
That was the first basket for North Carolina State from anybody besides Wilkins and Grundy here in the second half. And Wilkins set it up with the pass to Inge. Williams at the free throw line. Junior from Birmingham, Alabama. He's been held to 7 points tonight. Less than half of his 15.5-point average, which is in the ACC's top 10. Missed the second one. Kenny Inge knocked the loose ball to Grundy.
Get Ron Kelly out of the ball game, and I see him over on the bench. He's rubbing those knees. He's still bothering him.
It's been tough for him.
They keep breaking those double teams, North Carolina State does. Stepping through. Nice pass
to Inge. He's fouled. Boy, Mathis really ripped him.
I'll tell you, over the years, I've always noticed that Kenny Inge takes some of the hardest falls I've ever seen. I think he gets off the floor so high, so explosive. Nice drop. Oh, he drops the dime. But that was an innocent foul. He wasn't trying to hurt him. He tried to go up with him, and Inge had his body blocked out well enough.
Inge averages 12.2 points a ball game. He has made a living throughout his career at the free throw line. 11 points tonight, and 5 out of 8 from the stripe. He's a man with 23 career double-doubles. That's number 2 among active players in the ACC.
Really brings his lunch pail to every game. Always has been a fierce competitor. Was undersized at times, but always never back down. And really an outstanding career at North Carolina State.
Duke and Clemson follows us. Number 3 Duke trying to make it 3 in a row after losing to now number 1 North Carolina, and the Blue Devils will be going for a remarkable 24th straight ACC road win. Inge 2 out of 2 this time. 50-35, the biggest lead of the night for the Wolfpack.
Wolfpack's playing excellent basketball tonight. I tell you, see if they can maintain their intensity.
I believe it's going to be Thornton for a hold. That'll be 4 on Damon Thornton. Usually he does not get this many minutes. Fouled out of 11 of his last 24 regular season games.
That's aggression, or he's in the wrong time a lot.
You probably didn't foul out 11 in your career.
No. My first couple of years in this league, I had a couple of fouls. But I tried to change the way I play so I could stay in the game.
Friel is in for Virginia. Watson, tough pass. It's going to be a block on Kelly.
Big Ron Kelly.
I thought that might have been a goaltend. So did Watson. He came over and pleading his case to the officials. But Kelly must have gotten it on the way up.
I'll give the official call here. Oh, no, it's a good block. He was still rising.
Well, you're going to defend those big guys every time.
Always right.
Watson again going to try to challenge Kelly. Nice reach in by Crawford to knock it loose. Wilkins on the run. Got it.
Nice. Oh, Gerald Wilkins, if you're watching at home, this young man has turned into a fine young basketball player. Damien Wilkins.
North Carolina State is taking it to number 9 Virginia. Roger Mason Jr., that's a foul. Let's see if he's beyond the arc. That's going to be a 3-point shooting foul.
What's that? Good strip by Crawford. Wilkins shows his ability, his versatility once again. Handling the basketball, breaks down Keith Friel with a crossover dribble to the rack.
So Mason will go to the line after Kenny Inge commits the foul past the 19-foot 9-inch line. And Mason misses the first. This kid is money at nearly 90% from the line. But when things start to go bad, they go bad for everyone.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours in this game. And the game will not let up. You got to keep digging until you can find that nugget you can hang on to. It happens to every team. It's just a matter of how you come out of it. That separates the winners from the losers.
Roger Mason Jr. with 7. Had a big first meeting and misses 2 out of 3. That's been the story for the Cavaliers tonight. They're down by 16. They have not been able to take advantage of opportunities and have certainly not protected the basketball.
Really have struggled. Just everything seems to be coming apart at the seams. Seems to be a little bit off their rhythm tonight.
The credit to North Carolina State because they have taken advantage.
Yes, they
Grundy
have.
wide open with a Miss Watson with a rebound.
Making most of these opportunities.
Hand, nice cut.
That's what we're used to seeing Donald Hand do. Explode to the basket, take advantage of the seams.
13 points to slash through 3 guys. They beat the press.
Good job. That's the pressure. Don't panic when you get trapped. You don't panic. Turn, look, make a good pass.
Crawford checked with Herb Sendek to see what he wanted to do here.
Double teaming Wilkins every time he gets the ball now. Big Ron Kelly. Nice little hook shot down low.
This is the most minutes Ron Kelly's played in a long time. He has 8 points. He's made a big difference for them. Hand.
Donald Hand was in trouble there. He jumped into that hole, the gap, with nowhere to go. And they committed the foul. They had him leaving. He left his feet and everything. He was done.
He got lucky because he got in between them.
Nice pass. Damien Wilkins, a little shovel pass to the big fella.
Grundy and Wilkins come out. Guidry comes back in, as does Scooter Sherrill. And there is Young for Virginia. And now Hand will go to the free throw line. 13 points on the night for Donald Hand. He's hit all 3 from the stripe. He's the 3rd leading free throw shooter in the ACC. Had a string of 33 straight earlier. By the way, he's number 4 all time in 3-point field goals. He's never going to catch number 1. That's Curtis Staples. With 412 not only led Virginia, leads the NCAA with 412 bombs.
I had a tough time playing with him. He's got broken balls. You can't shoot that. 20 threes, come on.
What a quick release.
Yeah, he can flat get it up and down. I tell you, excellent. Dead eye.
They beat the pressure. Sherrill gets it off to Inge.
Good job, Kenny Inge. Make your move. You be patient. Let it develop.
Kenny Inge, who averages 12, has 14, and Donald Hand for 3. Sherrill got the rebound, and he is fouled from behind.
One shot and they're done. Virginia's not getting the great opportunities. No second shot.
North Carolina State, a team that had struggled so much with turnovers. Tonight, only 11 turnovers, 9 assists. That's much better than the 17-10 ratio they had in the last several games.
Taking care of the ball. Been excellent with the basketball since jump ball. Good job. Balanced.
And 8 times this year, they have had 20 or more turnovers. Guidry in the lane.
Look at Kenny Inge's strength.
Inge.
That's just strength. Great job, Kenny Inge. Get on that backboard.
I have always thought offensive rebounding was I want it more than you do, and Kenny Inge has always been good at it.
No doubt about it. Very active, very athletic. Loves his team, loves to play hard.
The lead has grown to 18. This may be the best performance of the year for Herb Sendek's Wolfpack. Let's watch Kenny Inge in action.
Trey Guidry makes a nice move. Good defensive help. There comes Big Ron Kelly in. Look at that, just strength, power, and a little finesse to finish.
Seen the Cavaliers a lot of times tonight, flat-footed on those rebounds, while one of the Wolfpack players is going up for it.
Yep.
8 offensive rebounds, 22 second chance points, and Virginia is one of the top teams in the nation in rebounding margin. That is the difference between the number they average a game and the number their opponent averages. NC State is just whipping them on the boards tonight.
They really are, just taking it to them, just flat taking it to them.
Kenny Inge approaching another double-double. He already has 5 this year and 23 for his career. Virginia needs points, and they need them in a hurry now. 11 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the ballgame. Still time, but they have not shown many signs. Friel, he can do it in a hurry. Keith Friel with his second long-range shot. He has half a dozen.
Three-point shot is such a great equalizer in college basketball. Even if you're up 20, 25 points, you get someone gets hot in that three-pointer, they can cut that deficit so easy.
Well, he can make 4 or 5 of those things.
Yes,
We've seen him do it.
That is correct.
Transfer from Notre Dame, 11 minutes to go. Sherrill. Crawford. Wilkins wants the ball inside. Finally gets it. And from behind, stripped by Hall. Hall against Sherrill, fouled on the way in.
Good job by Adam Hall. The defense was brought to Wilkins by Sherrill, so that was the mistake.
Adam Hall has been so quiet tonight. We've only called his name a couple of times. Only has 2 points in this game. But normally what they get from him, besides around 10 points a game, tremendous athletic plays that seem to lift everybody up, and he just hasn't been there.
That's right. He's usually jumping out of the gym for a couple alley-oops or something spectacular. He just has not been able to get in that rhythm tonight.
He does have some serious hops. At 6'5", he'll go over top of guys who are 6'11".
He jumps out of the gym.
Hits the first, he'll get another.
Great kid comes in, just gave him some excellent minutes tonight. What a wonderful game.
Seldom used during most of the season. The last 3 games, he's averaged better than 22 minutes a game, and it has really helped this ball club.
All times through injuries, you find out who you got and what you got.
Adam Hall hits another one. Virginia hanging around in the neighborhood, but they're still down by 13.
Well, at Boston College, all the emotion helped the Eagles to a double-digit first-half lead, but the Orange went on a big run here. Terry Shumpert, Deshaun Williams, Damone Brown, a 16-3 run to start the second half. DC reclaiming the lead in the Singletary 3, but it's real tight in Boston.
And Chris, Syracuse certainly used to those comebacks over the weekend. They were down 11 with 5 minutes to go on this court, and they beat North Carolina State.
Good year for Syracuse. A lot of unanswered questions early, losing Etan Thomas and some of those great players. But boy, they've really stepped up. Damone Brown and some of those guys, Preston Shumpert, have been excellent.
58-45, Crawford.
Oh, nice.
Banks it in. Nice move. Got rid of Friel.
What a great look by Crawford, stepping into the gap. Wide open for the shot.
4 points for Crawford. The lead back to 15.
Good pressure defense by Crawford, so he can match that quickness of hand.
Out of the corner, Hall had it blocked. Watson kept it alive. Hall down the lane, leans into one. Young fighting for the rebound and got it.
Good block by Kenny Inge.
Hall.
Adam Hall knows around the ball, around the basket.
Nice job by Young to keep it alive and then got it to Hall.
A lot of good no calls down there, too, by the officials.
I agree with that. Kenny Inge will try a 3.
Great hustle by Wilkins.
And you just wonder what a guy who was 2 out of 10 from long range this year is thinking about when he takes a long-range shot.
I'll be feeling it just a little.
Kelly with a miss. Rebound to Watson.
When you get those runs, those moods, and you're playing pretty good basketball, you say, hey, I'm going to try it. If I knock it down, I'm a hero. If I don't, I'll go down and make up for it some other way.
Yeah, well, 2 out of 10 should tell you something, shouldn't it? Hand into the lane. A lot of body contact. Offensive foul on Hand. That's 4 on Donald Hand.
Wow. Donald Hand drives in. Kenny Inge gives up his body once again. Let's see what happens.
Now, that's a tough charge call because Kenny Inge was moving, and you can't do that. 20 turnovers for Virginia. Donald Hand trying to make something happen with the rest of his team not doing particularly well on offense.
Good ball, good pass.
Williams to Inge. Beautiful feed.
Boy, that's great ball movement, great passing, great recognition by Damien Wilkins. Kenny Inge on a good finish.
Wilkins with a big smile. Inge with 19. Pull-up jumper by Adam Hall, who suddenly comes alive offensively. He has 8, 6 of them here in the second half.
This Wilkins to Inge combination has been huge. Look at that nice little shot. That is excellent basketball.
North Carolina State, for the first time that I've seen him this year, is running a very efficient offense.
Very efficient. Get big guys down on the post, you get a little high-low screen action, take advantage of your mismatch.
Watson. And he was grabbed from behind by Kelly. Kelly was lucky that was not an intentional foul. Now they will call it intentional. That's a good call. Because Kelly did not go for the ball. He just grabbed him around the shoulders. And he's as lenient as the officials will be. You can't do that.
No, you can't do that. Foul him hard, knock the ball away. Can't put a saddle on the ground.
Duke at Clemson. Following our broadcast, Watson with a free throw, misses. 66% shooter. 2 out of 3 from the line tonight for Travis. He's playing with a hip pointer. Injured himself against Wake Forest. Had to be re-wrapped in the middle of this game. Watson hits the second. 64-50. And Cavaliers will get the basketball.
Pass.
Got it inside. Williams is fouled. And again on Ron Kelly, that is 4 on the senior center.
Did a good job. Nice cut. Hall comes in and slides right behind his teammate's back. Kelly tries to step around and stop the pass, but it's too late, too quick. Now we got Ron Kelly with 4 personal fouls. With 8 minutes left in this ball game, that could be big.
Herb Sendek does not have anybody up at this moment. Williams misses the first free throw. First time these teams met, North Carolina State had 4 men foul out of the ballgame. But right now, Virginia in more foul trouble than North Carolina State. Yes. Only 1 out of 4 from the line. Now make it 2 out of 5 for Chris Williams. 64-51. Still only 13 points on that explosive offense.
Anything can happen. We've been saying it all night, but it's true. It can happen.
If you're an NC State fan, you're not breathing easier right now. 3-on-1.
Boy, that's excellent. That is the way you run transition basketball. They broke the press. Great release valves on the press. That's good basketball.
North Carolina State executing beautifully.
Textbook basketball.
Watson. Offensive foul.
Man.
And Watson is gone. We may have set a record for offensive fouls here tonight. We've had a ton, and Watson is out of here.
Well, after the finish in Raleigh, it's Shane Battier and Duke visiting Clemson. We've requested the Blue Devils to keep it close until you get there. We'll see what happens, right?
All right, thank you, Chris. This one hasn't been close for a while because North Carolina State playing its best basketball, and they're up by 15. Watson has fouled out of the ball game. And North Carolina State, as they did in the first meeting, shooting very well, especially here in the second half. They're hitting 70% of their shots, 14 out of 20. Pretty tough to lose when you shoot 70%.
Yeah, you're right. The one thing I like about this North Carolina State ball club is the activity on both ends of the floor. I mean, these guys are moving their feet, they're sliding, they're helping, they're talking, making great outlet passes, making great inward passes. They're just doing everything really well and very efficiently.
Because of their sloppy ball handling last time, they shot 62% and still lost because of the turnovers. There's Watson with the ice pack on that hip pointer. The difference between last game and tonight.
Really did a good job handling the press and the pressure.
7 minutes and 44 seconds and counting in this game. To Kelly, out to Grundy. Got some really good looks.
That was an excellent look. Nothing wrong with that shot at all. He's wide open. Pressing offense.
Donald Hand has been trying to make something happen. He has been able to do it himself, but his teammates haven't helped him an awful lot tonight. Williams, nice spin move, still under pressure, and missed Crawford with a rebound.
He made an excellent move. He got a lot of help, though, in the defense stayed.
Williams nearly got the steal, and now there's the travel. Crawford just got out of control and lost it.
Yeah, he did. Got a little too fast. Come on down, slow down a little bit like they have every other possession.
That's one thing about kids coming from high school to a program like this. Sometimes they don't have that other gear.
Yeah, you're right. And the speed is amazing at this level. These kids are really fast, really strong. You got to be aware. Play within your limits.
Mathis.
Wow.
Oh, what a shot.
Woo. Excellent move by Mathis. A little spin move, a little left-handed hook.
4 for Mathis. 66-53, but NC State.
Control.
Oh, Grundy lost it. 3-on-2. Now we're down to 11 as Mason scores, and all at once, Virginia gets a defensive stop and an easy layup. They've cut it to 11.
Press creates a lot of problems. If you don't handle it well, 90% of the time the other team shoot layups. Got to be smart, have a release foul. Throw the ball in, have a guy step back, throw it to him. Everybody rotates, come to the ball.
In case you joined us late, let's take a look at the Miller Genuine Draft storyline. Virginia with 21, count them, 21 turnovers. Travis Watson is fouled out of the ballgame with only 5 points and 4 rebounds. He's the ACC's leading rebounder. North Carolina State, 24 second chance points. And Kenny Inge working on another double-double. Sometimes you expend so much energy and so much emotion in winning games back-to-back like Maryland and Wake Forest. Then you come to North Carolina State, you think, well, this might be a little easier, and there's not much in the tank. You've got to hand it to NC State because they have earned this lead.
They played really well, and I think it's a little bit of both. Virginia did look like they're spending a lot of energy, maybe a little mentally tired. Good job by North Carolina State.
Shot clock at 18, and they'll start their offense. Wilkins.
There's where you want the ball.
Inge. And he is fouled before he can do anything with it by J.C. Mathis. That will be the third on the freshman.
Inge made an excellent entry pass as well to Ron Kelly, even though the foul was called. That's good, unselfish basketball.
North Carolina State 12 out of 15 as a team from the line. They are number 8 in the ACC in free throw shooting. And Inge obliges that statistic by missing the front of a 1-and-1.
But they have shot the ball very well from the free throw line all year.
They have. And Kenny Inge is better than 70%.
Yeah, he is.
Can Virginia get it down to single digits? Roger Mason Jr. with a miss. Saved, but to Grundy. Oh, what a play by Grundy to Inge.
Great play by Anthony Grundy.
Anthony Grundy got the outlet, knew he was falling down after taking it behind his back, got it down to Inge for the easy shot, and here's a foul on Crawford. What a great play by Grundy.
Look at the hustle. Long arms by Anthony Grundy, extremely long. Great recognition. Kenny Inge showing great athletic ability for the big guy running the floor.
68-55, time becoming a factor now, 5:39 to go. And we'll go back to the free throw line. Got a great stroke, 6 out of 6 from the line for Donald Hand, and 16 points. This is Craig Guidry coming back in for Grundy. Herb's Index had a nice rotation with his players coming.
Yeah, he's done a good job of getting guys in and out of the game. That was questioned earlier with some of his rotations tonight. He's done an excellent job of managing his people. Once again, going back, not knowing who you got sometimes makes it hard to manage.
And it's another free throw. And of course, they would like the excess of riches with the return of Archie Miller as soon as possible. The latest we're told maybe next week with that stress fracture. Foul on the shot, the block by Mathis. He will pick up his 4th personal, but they avoid the dunk.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kenny Inge is having a monster game. He is everywhere on the floor, and Damien Wilkins as well. We keep saying their names over and over. But he was the wedge buster in that press, handling the basketball and finding the opportunity for Inge up court. Great positioning by this club.
Kenny Inge used to be a liability at the free throw line. Will go to the stripe. He missed one a moment ago. Misses this.
Okay, he's worked hard. That's what a little perspiration and practice will do for you. Get in there and dig and work on it.
See a couple of the great scorers in the ACC coming up. Solomon and Williams, 1st and 2nd in the Atlantic Coast Conference in scoring, as we will bring you Duke and Clemson from Little John. Inge makes 1 of 2. The lead is back to 12. And 24 points for Kenny Inge.
Huge game.
Hand for 3.
In and out, wouldn't stay down.
And the loose ball goes right into the hands of Adam Hall. What a break for the Cavaliers.
Big break there. It's a 10-point ball game. Let's see if they can handle the press.
Wilkins As a 3-on-2 to Inge. He lost it on the way up, but he's fouled by Williams.
He just throws his body at that basket. I mean, he leaves his feet and goes right to the goal every time. Good job by Wilkins, spreading the floor, breaking the press.
Kenny Inge out of Virginia Beach, Virginia, a 6'8", 235-pound senior will go back to the free throw line. 8 of 13. He'll get a pair here.
This ball just hits the back of the rim, won't stay down for him.
Got a much better looking stroke than he used to.
Nothing wrong with his stroke at all. Maybe he has a little bit too much palm on the basketball. He really grips it with his hand. But that's fine. As long as you get the pointing finger, being the last finger touching the ball when you shoot it, really doesn't matter.
24 points, 8 boards for Kenny Inge.
There you go.
They get 25 and 8. The lead's back to 11. And guarded by Crawford. They want to get him free, or Roger Mason Jr. right here.
Oh, man, they didn't.
Mason cut off at the baseline and foul. That'll be Thornton. That's 5 on Damon Thornton. And for the 5th time in 9 ACC games, Damon Thornton is fouled out.
Looks like Virginia's starting to play with a little more urgency, a sense of urgency.
Well, we have only 4 minutes and 53 seconds to go. You would think that the urgency would appear sooner or later.
Yeah, you would. You just hope it's not too late if you're Virginia.
Thornton gave him more quality minutes tonight than he normally has throughout the course of this year. Gets a nice hand as he leaves. Thornton missed the first 9 games of this year, and that was part of his penalty. The other penalty, he doesn't start this year for his arrest on DUI charges.
Young man's had a tough year, but he's young. Young people make mistakes. He'll learn from them. He'll move on, and he'll be better for him down the road.
Standing by to bring you Duke and Clemson from Little John when we're done here. 4 minutes and 53 seconds to go. If Mason makes a pair, it's down to single digits, and he's got the first. Roger Mason Jr. with 10. He's a sophomore from Silver Spring, Maryland. He's only 4 out of 6 from the line, and he's number 2 in the ACC in free throw shooting. Missed another one.
You jinx these guys, man, Mike. Every time you say something, they miss.
Send the letters to Brad Daugherty. Not me. I'm tired of hearing that. Of course, we do the same thing with field goal kickers. But that's our job. We're supposed to point these things out. It's up to them to make the free throw.
I agree. It's just awful ironic every time you say something.
Isn't it? Well, you know, when you're sitting at home rooting for your favorite team, and you've got your feet crossed and they miss a shot, now you're not going to cross your feet for the rest of the night because you know that's a bad sign.
That's exactly right.
Of course, I don't know if you wear that hat and the T-shirt if you're at home.
The hat, the T-shirt, and the remote control, and you're leaning one way and you're holding your breath.
Well, I guess if you're going to wear it out in public, you might as well wear it at home, don't you think?
Might as well. You're cheering, man.
Point game again. Virginia just can't seem to get over the hump.
Well, they've played themselves into this hole. And it may be, unsurmountable trying to get back into it.
And nice dish to Williams.
Got a little deep in the lane, but it's a smart play by State, not giving up the foul. He scores the basket. But now they can get the clock moving.
Williams has 10, and the lead is 10. Crawford against Hand.
He handles the ball so well, Crawford does. He's not disturbed at all by the pressure. Good job.
Kelly scores. Kelly with a dozen.
He's really good around that basket. Anytime he catches the ball anywhere near it, he's going to score.
Knows exactly where the defender is and what he can do with it.
Good help by Kenny Inge, stepping up showing.
And into the lane again, gets it off inside. Young puts it up and in.
Good no call by the official.
Mathis checking. Mathis gets the bucket. You're right. I thought it was a good no call as well. 74-64. North Carolina State trying to burn a little time off the clock. Smart basketball. got caught up in the lane and kicks it back out. Now Wilkins will try it.
Big shot.
Beautiful use of the clock there. They work it down and then hit a three-pointer.
That was excellent basketball.
Hand, nice drive, but a foul.
Donald Hand made a great move to get through that hole. Kenny Inge contested the shot.
Boy, he just explodes, doesn't he?
He really does. Damien Wilkins behind the three-point line, receiving a great pass, great rotation on ball movement.
2 shots.
Let the defense move their feet.
3:04 left. And North Carolina State shooting a blistering 71% in the second half. Virginia doing well, but 57 pales in comparison to 71.
That's true. That 57 is an excellent percentage to shoot. 11 for 10 with 71.
Right now, the clock being stopped is Virginia's best friend.
Yes.
Not too soon now. One.
Hand makes them both. 3:04 to go in the game. The lead, 77-66.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of NCAA basketball is brought to you by CSFB Direct, a Credit Suisse First Boston company. Get every online advantage possible with CSFB Direct.
Welcome back to Raleigh. We've got 3 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the game. North Carolina State by 11, 77-66 over number 9 Virginia. And Kenny Inge, our Chevron player of the game, 27 points, hit 8 out of 11 from the floor and 9 rebounds. The 27 points, a season high, and just one off of his career high. He also has 4 blocked shots. Pretty good night for Kenny Inge.
He's played excellent basketball tonight. Been a huge catalyst for this club, and just like his tenacity and his desire.
This will be a big boost for North Carolina State if they can hang on to this lead. Wilkins nearly lost it. Crawford, nice pass to Grundy, and Grundy dumps it off inside. And we've got bodies flying everywhere as Kenny Inge goes for another one.
I'll tell you, Kenny Inge, I'm going to look back some tapes. He hits the floor more than any player I've seen. He just plays so hard. He gives his body up. Good pass, excellent pass, good basketball.
So Inge goes back to the line, and if you've seen Kenny Inge at the line a lot tonight, that's where he has spent a great portion of his career.
Nice touch.
That's Cornelius Williams. He'll come back in for Herb Sendek.
Get a little size on the floor to defend.
Well, when you're struggling, there's nothing like a win over a top 10 team to make you feel a little better about yourself.
Oh, yeah. This is huge for this program at this point. Because they could have easily packed it in and went the other way.
Absolutely.
These kids continue to fight, continue to play.
Lead is back to 13. Hand to 3. Got a good look at the top of the circle. Can't hit it. Great box out inside by North Carolina State. They are just not letting Virginia get those second chance opportunities.
Nice pass.
Williams lost it. Here comes Hand the other way. North Carolina State in a real hurry and turned it over this time, and a foul. Those are the kind of mistakes that have allowed them not to be able to close out games earlier this year.
See Donald Hand break out. Watch the nice move. Watch him break him down. Oh, good quickness. Nice little stutter step. There's the foul. Good job.
Grundy came over and blocked it, but after the contact. So with 2:19 to go in the game, they can cut it back to 11.
Big free throw.
Donald Hand now has 20.
Hey, put your shirt here.
Guidry comes back in, and Williams will sit down.
You know the drill.
As Herb Sendek wants to get better ball handling and maybe some better free throw shooting on the court. Hand, 10 for 10 tonight. That'll increase that 83% shooting from the free throw line. 79-68. Duke with the early 14-2 lead at Clemson. We'll get you there as soon as we're done here.
Just a move. Just took Donald Hand out of the ball game.
Got Josh Hare in there. I think Hare may be the designated fouler to go get somebody. And make Crawford give the ball up, and that's exactly what Hare is in there for. Go find the guy with a ball and make it look like you're going for the ball. Hare is a walk-on who was picked out of open tryouts 3 years ago when Pete Gillen first came to Charlottesville. And he'll send Crawford to the line.
Donald, go 5-out motion, okay?
Crawford with only 4 points tonight. It's the first free throw. He has another one coming. Now Hare will go out and Hand will come back in for offense, as will Keith Friel.
Trying to get some firepower on the floor. And Crawford's done a good job, though. He hasn't scored a lot of points of taking care of that basketball, busting that press.
And Crawford having to make a little adjustment of his own after not starting the last couple of ball games. Hand. Well, he's got that tremendous quickness. He just explodes by people.
You give him 6 inches and he's gone. You gotta get on that base.
23 for Hand. The lead is 10. Almost a steal.
Good pass. Good ball movement.
What a nice job by North Carolina State. Now Wilkins is fouled by Friel. And Damien Wilkins will go to the line. He's a 72% shooter. And this is all Pete Gillen and his Cavaliers can do right now is commit the foul and hope to trade 3 for 2 or 2 for 1.
Travis Watson had a tough evening tonight. Couldn't quite get in the rhythm. I believe he may have a little hip pointer. It's bothering him some. He was messing with it during the game quite a bit.
Damien Wilkins was 16 points. And he's hit 5 out of 5 from the free throw line.
Solid young player. Done a great job tonight.
Doesn't seem to get 2 up or 2 down emotionally. Very even temper. Hand and Friel, they need some threes, and Donald Hand will try one. Guidry with a rebound. And Guidry is fouled by Chris Williams. That'll be 4 on Chris Williams. And they can sense it here in Raleigh. They had not beaten a ranked opponent all year. 0-6 against Murderers Row. But they've got it in their sights right now, up 12 with a minute and a half left.
They've really played well tonight. We keep reiterating that, but this team looks really good. Hopefully gain some momentum, win some games, going into the ACC tournament, shock a few people.
There's the current stretch. Carolina, Wake, Syracuse. Got Virginia, and then, of course, Duke looming. No easy nights in this conference, are there?
No, you don't take any nights off. If you do, you're going to get beat.
82-70. Friel. And it's just not going from three-point land for the Cavaliers tonight. Williams leans into one, partially blocked. And there's a foul on Friel as Wilkins brings it down court.
Virginia's realizing it's just not their night. It's not going to happen for them.
And you know, it didn't look like it was their night from the beginning, whether they're tired or off or NC State's defense was just so brilliant or a combination of all the three.
Which I think it was.
But you can sort of sense it.
Yeah. So you take this game, you learn from it, you realize that you got to get some rest, you got to regroup, you got to re-energize your troops, and they'll come back out and they'll be very competitive next ball game.
1-3 on the road, 4-1 at University Hall in Charlottesville. Of course, on the road has never been an easy place to win in the ACC. 84-70. This would take North Carolina State back over the 500 mark if they can hold on and win this. And Hand has made some acrobatic shots tonight. Donald Hand with 25. For Virginia, it will be a lost opportunity to tie Maryland for third place. Their conference record will drop back to 5-5. And they would be 16-5 overall.
Like I say, there's a lot of games left that will make or break North Carolina State season, and this is one of those games. So the ones remaining, they need to go out and get some of them.
Some question is whether there was a timeout by Virginia. It was not. Maybe a very academic point. Gibbery hits the shot. The lead is back to 13. Trying to get free over Crawford. Can't hit the shot. Hall with an offensive rebound. Got it. And now a timeout, Virginia, as they have cut it to 11. Timeout, Virginia. Got a timeout. 40 seconds left. Back after this. Virginia's hit only 4 of 19 3-point shots tonight. One of the reasons they are down by 11 at North Carolina State.
Really have struggled. Didn't play well, but Pete Gillen get these troops rallied up. They'll get on that bus and go back to Charlottesville and get a good practice in, and they'll be ready to play. This wasn't their night tonight.
Full court pressure and a foul with 39-2 left. You know, people talk about different solutions, trying to call more intentional fouls at the end of games like this. I don't think it's going to make any difference. You can call it intentional all you want. It's the only chance a team has.
That's right. You can't change that. That will never change. They can manipulate it any way they want, but you're right.
I mean, you give them 3 shots and possession of the ball, they're still going to do it.
That's right. Got to stop that clock. You have a chance to win.
22. Crawford will go to the line. He was the heir apparent to Justin Gainey, who was the 4-year point guard. Come back in hand will go to the sideline. North Carolina State tonight shooting 56%, and they're already 15 points over their scoring average. And that's what's hurt them all year, just their inability to get the ball in the basket at critical times.
Along with taking care of the ball. They've done all those things and the above tonight. Great unselfish basketball play.
Crawford misses the second. Hand got the roll. Donald Hand with a brilliant night tonight, trying to carry Virginia. He has 27 points. Creel with the pick for 3. That would have cut it to 7. Instead, they go to Wilkins.
What a move by Wilkins. Puts the exclamation point on the night.
They let Hand go right down the lane. He will score to make it 88-78. It's going to be a huge win for North Carolina State and a disappointing road defeat for the Cavaliers of Virginia.
Wilkins go baseline, tomahawk dunk. Puts the exclamation point on it.
Brilliant night for Kenny Inge, Damien Wilkins. Damien Wilkins, they have just done a tremendous job.
Yes, they have.
Clemson has closed within 2 points of the Blue Devils. We will get you there as soon as we're done. A little bit better than 10 minutes to go first half. Herb Sendek with reason to smile. There haven't been too many of those. All the injuries he has sustained ever since he has been with the program. Roger Mason Jr. down the lane. The only thing in doubt now, the final score. And they come to their feet. here in Raleigh, North Carolina, as the home folks have pulled off a good one. They win it 90-80. That's the final for Brad Daugherty. This is Mike Patrick. Thanks for watching, everybody. ACC action continues. Duke and Clemson. Michelle Tafoya and Dan Bonner with the call.